I think it's pretty crazy to see how no one is really safe in this time. It doesn't matter how much money you have. I mean, I'm talking about the hospitality industry. It doesn't matter how big or small, literally. We are all in the same pot, if I can use the culinary terms, because we have no help from the government. Hi, I'm Romain Avril and I'm a chef here in Toronto. Well, to be quite frank, when the pandemic hits, I had to kind of like reshuffle and reinvent myself. I was about to open a restaurant. That was the one thing I had in front of me, but we had to kind of like close the door before it even opened. And I was just saying, okay, well, I'm a cook. I have a bit of a social media going on. I like to connect with people. So how can I bring all that together? And I kind of like took my phone, put it under a frying pan and started to cook away, and then that's how I created those videos. And it went from a video to a YouTube channel to doing a lot of media content, really. Yeah, since COVID, definitely my social media, I had to step it up from my regular, okay, I'm gonna post a photo here and there, or I'm gonna do random stories. I really had to look at it as a brand and as a marketing tool to kind of like tell people who are following me like what I'm selling, whether it's a class, whether it's a product. So I had to learn about marketing. Then honestly, my first video was shot just on the phone app and a few clips, and I just realized it was not like who I am. It's not professional. It looks really like kind of like done half-assed. So I started to invest in lighting and cameras. Then just tripods and just like learning how to edit, right? So like I'm lucky enough to have people around me that's what they do. So learning from them as well, and yeah, really just become like a mini creator in a way. I think it's pretty crazy to see how no one is really safe in this time. It doesn't matter how much money you have. I mean, I'm talking about the hospitality industry. It doesn't matter how big or small, literally. We are all in the same pot, if I can use the culinary terms, because we have no help from the government. Usually the rich get richer because they're sponsored by the government. But in hospitality, I feel like it's really a breakdown where I don't think they have anything to gain, whether if we thrive or if we die. People of our government like eating fries in front of McDonald's when they could go to a local restaurant and support them. So this is kind of like the reflection, I feel, how we're just being kind of like abandoned. Very few things have been done. I'm low-key as an entrepreneur that I could get on CRB and CRB. That really helps. But the thing is, as a restaurateur, I kind of like, everything that I was in front of me was taken away within like a snap of my fingers. So, and I feel like nothing has been done, government hasn't been helping. They don't offer solution. They don't want to listen, it feels as well. I feel like we all kind of like look at each other, it was like, what else can we do? But the reality is there's nothing we can do without the help of the government. The prime things that we need is just like every corporation, every entrepreneur, anybody that has a company. I mean, it's money. I think it starts there, and I'm not saying like you have to, you know, it's taxes, it's rent control. You know, I think those are the major two things. When you take away a $12,000 rent every month, I'm sure it will help a lot, right? So I think this is one of the first thing I would say is just like help with rent. The wage subsidized was great, but I mean, is it enough? You know, like it's not when you have like 2 customers. The problem right here is they give us answers and they give us help, which in theory works. But if you have nobody in your restaurant, it doesn't matter if you don't pay for rent, it doesn't matter if you get your wage subsidized, because you have no one to cook for. So you get less charges, but you're not getting more revenue. So it doesn't really do anything. I think my greatest fear is to like not being able to achieve my dream, which is to have my own restaurant one day. I was so close to it, you know, 20 years in it, like it took a year and a half to find the space, you find it, and again, like I said earlier, it's taken away. My biggest fear is that like that opportunity will never present itself again, because I don't know it's not just the industry, what it will look like, it's also the customer. What will the new customer be like? Will it be okay going out? Like how long is it going to take them to feel safe at your place? We are the most sanitized, I think, like we have ever been. It's already like a very clean industry, but now it's like beyond and above, and yet you have 3 or 4 customers. So I'm really afraid to what tomorrow was going to look like. I know it's easy for me to say because I do not have a facility, I don't have the rent, so I was lucky enough to get out of it before I was stuck in it. But I would say just don't give up. And I know again it's easy, but I think we have to come as a community and help each other. And if the person next to me can help me and if I can help them, I think the best is just to reach out. But don't give up. There's ways to make money. I think the virtual industry is something we need to look up to. The government has to come through at some point. I think if you need to scream, scream. I think this is my biggest advice right now is like, I truly believe that if we go on the street and we claim what's ours or what should be ours and we come together, we'll have the power that's not being given to us right now.